everyone. Welcome back to the You Like That podcast for another week. You're joined with me. My name is Adam, and I'm one half of You Like That podcast.
My name's Jack. I'm the other half of the You Like That podcast.
That is correct. We are back again. I'm coming off the back of the worst night in sleep that I've ever had. I got my first dose of the vaccine, and boy, did it fucking ruin me.
Yeah, the night you get it isn't the most fun night you'll ever have.
Yeah, Brooke was completely fine. Not a single side effect.
Yeah.
Gucci all day.
Yeah, I was more along the lines of Brooke, except that first night I was just like, I just ran a bit hot. I wore a shirt instead of a hoodie to bed.
Yeah.
That was the worst I got it, but you
Friday,
did not have a similar experience.
Friday, I was wearing 4 layers at work on a 23-degree day. I had 2 jumpers, a long sleeve, and my work shirt on. I was gone. And last night just peaked it. But I'm all right now.
Brooke and I are old too. You're a young, sprightly boy, so...
Okay, look good. 26. I'm almost 27. I'm not that bad.
Straggling behind. But yes, please consider getting AstraZeneca if you're under the age. Talk to a doctor first. Definitely talk to a doctor first.
Talk to a doctor first. Generally, they're just going to tell you that just YOLO.
Essentially. As my doctor, we did it over the phone, but I could feel her shrug and go, you're better off having it.
Yeah.
Pretty much. That was her advice.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah.
Basically, unless there's like a direct thing that you're not healthy enough to get that.
Yeah.
Regardless, the guy that did our vax was just like, look, there's a 1 in 1.6 million chance of a blood clot situation.
It's very large, yeah.
And there's 1 in 100,000 chance of you dying under anesthetic.
Yeah.
So he's like, weigh up your options and you fucking tell me what to yell with.
So,
But hey, get that done.
Honestly, Sydney's just been plunged into another month of lockdown. I hear, a 2-week lockdown gets very good around week 14. You just got to stick with it.
Exactly
stick
right.
through the bad acting of the first
it gets
7
better.
weeks.
Yeah, it gets better. But hey, we're here this week not to talk about the vaccine and all that. We're actually here to talk about a new movie that we were supposed to do a few weeks ago.
Yeah, speaking of lockdown, this is why this movie's late.
Exactly right. The Suicide Squad is our main feature review today for you guys. We were able to find a way to watch this movie. Just watched it somehow. And
just appeared in our mailbox.
Yep. Shout out Warner Brothers.
Yeah, thanks.
Warner Brothers Australia. Saw some struggling podcasters and went, hey, let's give those guys a leg up in lockdown. So we're going to talk about that as our main review. Jump into some news, get some questions at the end, like always. So let's start with some news. Straight up, I just want to say Kevin Feige is a dick.
Yep.
Because he came in and said, Spider-Man's coming out December 17th, and there will be a trailer before that.
That's all he said. That's the only news we got about it. He didn't say what year it's coming out.
No, that was the important thing. Everyone's like, he didn't specify a year.
He didn't say it's this year.
Say it's gonna be this year.
I have a feeling it's not this year.
I cannot imagine.
But yeah, because there was the big internet groundswell that there wouldn't be a trailer at all. That this movie will literally market itself and has been. Which I'm directly half and half on the fence of that. I think I would kind of love it, but I am so feverish for anything for that movie.
Just a taste.
I think I would be a little bit disappointed if there wasn't something.
Look, I would take this movie as one of those ones where I'll go, you know what, blind it is.
Yes.
I'm such a trailer guy, and I'll watch every trailer that I can before something comes out.
Yeah.
This, I could sit there and go, okay, if that's the way it's going to be, surely this movie is going to dash my expectations.
It would make the wait feel longer, I think.
Without a doubt.
Yeah.
But the want for it would just be excessive. But in our times being in Sydney, in the Sydney area, sort of like, we just might not even get it at all.
Yeah. December's not crystal clear.
Nah.
I think America vaccine rates are exceptional. Shout out America, well done. Except Florida.
Yeah, Florida's just its own. Florida is Florida.
Florida's the burnout cousin who comes to the barbecue, and you're just like, okay, he's here, but just okay.
Yeah, it's all about that Florida.
But vaccine rate. Shout out America. You're doing quite well. You might just give us Spider-Man yet.
Yep.
I hope it's this year.
I hope
it's this year.
It really needs to be. It really, really needs to be. And speaking of which, Michael Keaton also came out and said he does not understand the multiverse of anything
such
to
an
do with
old
Marvel.
man, and he's in another multiverse movie now with Flashpoint. So
Which he then came in and said, you know what, after reading that script 4 times, I kind of understand the DC's multiverse. And it's like, what are you trying to say here? The DC doesn't have that much of a multiverse.
The DC
right?
one has like 5 movies, whereas Marvel's 12 years now and 27 movies or whatever it is.
Yeah.
There was a clip, I don't know if you had this in news, they released a scene from Shang-Chi.
Yes.
They released the bamboo scaffold fight scene on the side of a building. Did you watch it?
I watched that, and I
Fuck,
also
it looks
watched
so
the
cool.
the bus scene as well. That
Didn't
just
watch the
came
bus
out
scene.
today,
Okay, I
which
didn't
is
watch
just as good. So that bamboo scene was one thing. What was one thing on the scaffolding at the side of the building? The bus scene is just another one.
The bamboo scene, if there was less cutting, just like akin to the Jackie Chan stunt school, like super physical, super. It flows so beautifully, but of course, modern cinema cuts the shit out of it and cuts to an Aquafina joke. Haha, isn't that funny?
Yeah.
Don't do that. But fuck, that
Okay,
movie
the
looks
bus
good.
scene. Watch the bus scene one because that one's a little bit less cutty because
sweet.
smaller area.
Yeah.
And it is so much just pure martial arts. I'm just like, this is the dream. A martial arts led style MCU movie where it's just going to be straight like fisticuff action.
It looks great. You'll have to sit through a few scenes at a dinner table in a rock room or something. Ben Kingsley will be back for some reason. That was announced. But yeah, those fight scenes are going to be
Shang-Chi.
They're going to be it, aren't they? And I hope it's more fight, less.
Yeah, I think it will be. Judging by it, it's looking like that way.
Yeah.
Off the topic of the superhero stuff, because I've got more to get into on that, Kevin Smith released a Clerks 3 image.
Yep. It's them.
Comparison photo of the main 4 from Clerks 2 compared to now in Clerks 3. All looking old as shit, except for Rosario Dawson.
The passage of time sure does stuff to you, doesn't it?
The 3 boys look just disgusting.
Yeah, well,
Rosario Dawson is just like, I'm the same.
Yeah, because she's been actually working and doing roles, so she
doing shit, keeping herself nice and fit.
Yeah.
Everyone else is just
Everyone else is like,
the guy who plays Elias has not done a single thing since Clerks 2.
Yeah, he just gets his DVD sale royalties.
Yep, which come in thick and fast.
I'll have to watch those again before Clerks 3.
Yes,
I vaguely remember them, but
what movies?
Not well enough.
What a great movie. So some news with Deadpool 3 coming out. Kevin Feige said that there is a release window set for Deadpool 3, with Reynolds working hard on the script with their writers as well.
Yep.
But the main news from it is in relation to Josh Brolin's Cable.
Oh, yeah.
Who said originally Fox had a 4-movie plan for Cable.
Okay.
Until the Disney buyout.
Yeah.
And now he doesn't even know what's happening with Cable anymore.
Nah.
Whether he's going to be a thing in
he
the
MCU
version.
Yeah, it's recast.
Realistically,
I mean, Josh Brolin will be mad.
No, well, I'm pretty sure he came out and said he hated working on Deadpool 2 anyway.
Okay,
I didn't
know that.
Yeah, well, you were Thanos. What do you expect?
Yeah.
You're going from the big fucking villain of a whole franchise to being the side buddy for a merc with a mouth.
Yeah. But Cable's pretty integral to Deadpool's story, so I think they should just recast him, get someone a bit younger.
Yeah, well, I mean, it was like...
Josh Brolin's probably closer to Ryan Reynolds' age than... I don't know why I think of Ryan Reynolds as young. He's probably not. He's probably like 40.
He'd be in his 40s, for sure.
Anyway.
But he just keeps himself...
I don't know who I would cast, but cast someone.
It was the same thing, like when Deadpool 2 first got announced, everyone was making the calls on, like, who would play Cable.
Yeah.
There's a lot of suitors that can work for it. Stephen Lang was one.
Yeah.
I think he's a bit too old now, maybe a bit too skinny for it.
Maybe.
But
anyone can do the Marvel diet.
Yep. That's right. Last little bit that I want to touch a bit more on. We got a new trailer for the Eternals.
More new stuff,
and this was a more in-depth trailer. Something that showed it showed us the Deviants for one.
Showed more powers.
Showed us more of the Celestials. It showed us more of their powers.
Yeah.
The Eternals have. They mentioned why they weren't around for Thanos and why they weren't fighting with him.
Yep.
Against him, sorry. Ultimately, this movie... Here's my thing with the Eternals. I don't think people understand how big this movie is.
Yeah, I think everyone's just like, oh yeah, it's another Guardians, it's another Avengers.
Yeah.
So
people are just like, what's Shang-Chi? What's Morbius? What's all these other new properties coming into it.
The people who made Morbius are going, what's Morbius?
Yeah. They're like, oh shit, I just threw that on my desk somewhere. The media file.
I haven't got my pay for that yet.
Yeah. Like the Eternals is massive.
Yeah, and there's a lot of them.
Yeah. Like it's a big cast of who the Eternals are. Their backstory is huge. They were created by celestial beings with these
it gets
powers.
Super cosmic.
Where it's in the name. They're eternal. They can't die.
Yeah.
It's under very, very specific certain circumstances that they can. But it's fucking like, it's not easy.
It's tough.
It's tough. And the whole thing is they more or less sent to protect Earth from deviants. And their whole thing is they can't get involved with any sort of conflict on Earth unless deviants are involved.
Yeah.
The deviants are basically just this mad group of evil creatures trying to kill everything. And the Celestials being massive celestial beings of power and certain elements that go around destroying certain things. Some of them are creating other things, and they're just gods.
Yeah, we've already seen one in Guardians 2. Ego is one. Ego is a planet who is also Kurt Russell.
Yes.
If you like.
Yeah.
But, this is the first time we're really seeing anything of the sort. Like, they just look like Galactus, don't they? They always make me think of Galactus.
Well, when this trailer came out, Galactus was trending on Twitter.
Yeah.
Because everyone thought it was Galactus. It's like, I'm sorry, it's not Galactus.
Big sitting bloke.
Pretty sure his name is Eson.
Yeah.
Or Esfon, something like that.
Yeah.
The Gatherer or something like that.
Like one of them becomes a deviant or falls under the spell. It looks like it's going to be Angelina Jolie because she's getting
it looks like she's sort of captured by one.
And her eyes do the white contacts thing, so
yeah.
You'd have to assume she's getting... But, the main guy looks like Sebastian Stan, doesn't he? He looks exactly like Sebastian Stan.
Yeah, fucking...
And then he's got Homelander powers.
Yeah.
He was also in Game of Thrones?
He was also in Game of Thrones.
Him and Kit. So we got
Kit Harington's in
Game of Throneses. We've got Brian Tyree Henry, who's...
Salma Hayek.
Yeah, he's been blowing up recently. Selma Hayek's big. Selma Hayek and Angelina Jolie, that's...
She initially turned down the role.
That's crazy.
She initially turned it down because she thought she was just going to be playing some grandmother.
And then she saw...
And then saw
how much money she could make.
Oh no, I'm a fucking gangster. Yes, sick, I'll do that.
But yeah, you see a bit of powers and they all have a similar theme, like the gold sort of line stuff.
Yeah, they have manipulation powers. Some of them are matter manipulators. Some of them
someone turns a bus into flowers.
Yeah, yep.
Cool.
They've all got their own little set skills.
Yeah.
But I think coming into this, maybe a little bit more marketing for it.
Yeah, because even in this trailer, they're just fighting CG monsters, aren't they?
That we see of
winged dragons and shit. And it's okay, all right.
And then now it's going to be, but then once we see it, where's it going to link up in the MCU now?
Yeah.
At what point has No Way Home done anything? Shang-Chi would have already happened, so we're linking anything up with the Eternals now.
Yeah.
Further stuff. But ultimately, this movie looks gorgeous.
It's very good looking.
It is really,
very good looking.
Really good looking.
Yeah.
So,
I got massive hopes for it. I don't know anything about it, but
I think November. November is the current release date.
Current, yes.
Current that we know of.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm very much looking forward to the Eternals. So, that's the news done.
I don't remember if we ever talked about it, but Bob Odenkirk is okay. He had a heart attack, but he's okay.
Yes. Our boy Bob.
I don't remember if we mentioned that. It's 3 weeks ago, but
I think it was even longer than that.
So anyway, shout out Bob Odenkirk. I'm glad he's okay.
Shout out, man. Nobody. We love him. All right, let's jump into the Suicide Squad. All right. We'll give you guys a spoiler-free of this, and then run into some spoilers as well, because this is a very spoiler-filled movie.
Spoilable movie.
Coming into it, so
if you care.
We'll give you our main thoughts to begin with, and then jump into the actual plot points and that as we go on. So, the Suicide Squad, released 2021, directed and written by James Gunn. Runtime of 132 minutes, budget of 185 million. Currently done 121 million in the box, which is mostly HBO Max release, purely because there's no Australian market for it. in cinema.
Yeah, and I think most people just like being at home, don't they?
Yep, pretty much.
People like pausing and getting up for a wee or checking your phone.
Which is, it's really great. Rotten Tomatoes, 91% in the critics, 83% in the audience.
Okay.
Done incredibly well.
Yep.
Well, it smashed what Suicide Squad did in 2016, let's put it that way.
Yes, it did.
26% of the critics on that one, just to remind you all what that one did.
Bad. It's a bad movie.
Yes,
it's an
it really is.
exceptionally bad movie.
Now, the cast for this is fucking huge. So bear with me because I run through all of them like I like to do. Give everyone their little moment. So, we've got Margot Robbie, Idris Elba, John Cena, Joel Kinnaman, Sylvester Stallone, Viola Davis, David Dastmalchian, Danielle Melchior, Michael Rooker, Jai Courtney, Peter Capaldi, Elise Braga, Pete Davidson, Nathan Fillion, Sean Gunn, Flula Borg, Mei-Ling Ning, and Taika Waititi, among a few other randoms.
And Steve A.G., very good comedian.
Yes.
Steve A.G.
So it's straight up a fucking huge cast in this movie.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
purely because they just...
Because they're all mates with
what do you
James
want?
Gunn.
Yeah.
90% of them are just his mates. We talked
Yeah.
about it in Slither. He just hires his mates.
He hires his mates, and as it is, there's people you know, like Nathan Fillion's in it
Yep.
from our Slither episode.
Michael Rooker.
Michael Rooker.
Yeah, I'm so shocked Elizabeth Banks didn't turn up.
Yeah, would not have been surprised. One bit.
Maybe she's in there somewhere.
Um,
Sean Gunn's in it twice.
Yeah,
He
Sean
plays
Gunn has two
Calendar
different
Man and the
characters.
Weasel.
Yep, for whatever reason. But yeah, so your initial thoughts, Jack, on the Suicide Squad, what do you
It's
think?
good. It's good, isn't it? I don't want any more. I think this is it now. I think for big, funny, gory ensemble movies for DC, I think they should do something more akin to the MCU going forward with Flashpoint. I don't think they should try this colourful, funny stuff again. Not because this is a bad movie. I just think James Gunn has done it.
Yeah.
Okay, just leave it. It's fine. This movie doesn't really have any bigger world ramifications or anything. It's really just a one and done. And I like that a lot more.
Yeah.
I think, personally, just me saying. But yeah, when it's funny, it's really fucking funny. I don't laugh out loud at movies very often.
Yeah.
But this one got a couple out of me.
Ooh, that's good.
Yeah, purely A, jokes, and B, a couple of funny deaths.
Yeah.
Just in the shock factor of the death.
Yeah.
Cast is fucking great. I still don't love Harley Quinn, but Margot Robbie clearly has the time of her fucking life being Harley Quinn.
Yeah.
And she gets a sequence around the middle of the movie, which is just stunning.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just like it a lot. I like that there's no real lead. Everyone has a crack. Everyone has a go.
Yeah.
Viola Davis, her character makes so much more sense in this. We'll get a bit more into spoilers. But thank God she wasn't wasted. I'm so glad she came back.
Yeah.
James Gunn, fuck me, he shoots action so gorgeously. Again, we'll get into that. But, God, thank God James Gunn did this.
Yes.
Thank God he didn't get Twitter cancelled.
Yes.
Thank God James Gunn did this movie. Thank God for James Gunn. I fucking love that.
Thank God for James Gunn.
Yeah, good movie.
Yep. So I'd take it a step further. I thought this was perfect. I absolutely love this movie.
I knew you would like it a lot.
It's such a movie for me. It's perfect on every level for me.
I wanted to watch it again, which again
Yeah.
is a big compliment coming from me.
Yeah, for you so soon after
Yeah.
watching it as well. That's big.
And I will watch it again, but I didn't have time before this.
But there's plenty of time to watch it.
Correct.
But yeah, no, this I had so much fun with it. It was just exactly what I wanted a big ensemble movie to be.
Such a good word for it, fun.
Fun
It's
is the
such
biggest
a fun
thing.
movie.
It threw me in so many different ways. I was shocked. I was surprised. I couldn't believe certain scenarios. But just the way it plays out, it didn't play... the movie doesn't play out like a normal movie does. It doesn't play out
no.
like a normal superhero movie does.
Definitely not.
It just goes and just says, yeah, go do your thing.
Yeah.
Whatever that is. And every character does their thing.
Yep.
And it's
Just every
throws-
character has so much more depth.
yeah, but it's it just throws you into the story just straight away.
Yeah.
And it doesn't fuck around with a lot of bullshit
No.
side stories and going back to here. It has one brief sequence of throwing back to the jail when they're first getting recruited.
Yeah.
That's it.
And then it's chronological, yeah.
Yeah, and then it goes back and bang, it's off on its own. And it just follows its path
Yeah.
perfectly.
And there is like little side quests here and there, but it's still linear. It's still
Yeah.
happening in real time.
Yeah, it just goes up and then comes back around and peels in.
It's
It
just
doesn't
like, here's how
it
he
doesn't
found
forget
this
about
person.
that
Yeah,
story.
here's how he found this person. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now we're with this person.
And everyone is just brilliant in this movie. Like every actor, no matter how short or how long they got to be in this movie,
Yeah.
they just killed it.
It's so nice to see John Cena like acting.
Yeah,
Like he is being John Cena, but he's really just like cranked it.
yeah,
And just taking the piss out of himself. But
Yeah.
like in Fast 9, he was so serious and he didn't say much.
mm,
So like he was just kind of a slab of meat.
yeah,
But in this, he got a couple of my big laughs.
yeah.
Like he's so fucking
Him
good.
as Peacemaker made so much sense.
It's one of those castings.
Yeah, and you look at it and you go, all right, I'm looking beyond John Cena right now.
Yes.
And I'm looking at a perfect casting and someone who was killing it as this role.
Yeah.
And that's true to word by him doing the press for after this movie.
Yes.
He stole the suit and will not give it back.
and he keeps doing the promo in it. Yeah.
Every interview he does is in the Peacemaker suit. He did a video for Wired or something with Pete Davidson testing out workout gear.
Yeah.
And he was in the suit. He just won't give it back.
And it's a ridiculous suit.
It is a
looks
ridiculous
so
suit.
stupid.
And that's the next part. The costumes in this movie are fucking brilliant.
stunning.
It is just, it's so like, let's not modernize and make it so like grunty.
No.
If it's going to be the polka dot man in a fucking white jumpsuit covered in polka dots, fucking sure.
Yeah.
If it's going to be Peacemaker in this red ass, weird ass suit with fucking toilet bowls and helmet.
And it's not
Sure.
like, nanotech, they can't get hurt. Like, Bloodsport has a suit. All his weapons are on his suit, integrated somehow.
Yeah.
But it's like, they're not forming out of crystals or whatever. He has to pull each thing off and put it together.
It's one little bit at a time.
And then, of course, that progresses on because this movie's linear.
Yeah.
So eventually he's got nothing left.
Yeah.
And like the suit has big chunks and stuff out of it. It just makes sense. Like from A, costume design, B, story, C, character.
Yeah.
It just makes sense on all three levels. And it's just like, just little things like that make such a difference.
So many little things.
Because like, remember in Infinity War when Iron Man had nanotech?
Yeah.
And it just looked like a bodysuit. Like, why were you calling him Iron Man? He's not metal anymore because he can move so fluidly. Whereas this, like Peacemaker, he clearly can't see anything out of his helmet.
100%.
And he's like, knocking his head on shit. And it's like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just practical. It's more realistic.
Yeah.
In this ridiculous fucking movie.
In this ridiculous movie. And yeah, as you said as well, James Gunn, just thank God for James Gunn.
Yeah.
Being the director that he is, and the ideas that he has for movies. Like, we've seen it in the Guardians movies, and you look how well they did and how well they took off. This guy knows how to utilize color.
Yes.
This guy knows how to incorporate funny
and light. This all takes place during the day, pretty much.
Yeah, very much so.
Yeah.
Very little at night. And he goes, yeah, fuck it. This is how you can incorporate all these different elements, but make it work.
Yeah.
And he does.
Yeah.
He's done that in those movies. He's been able to bring in emotion, heart, funny, sad, anger, everything.
And then even down to the actual photography, they invented a camera rig for this, which is like pretty much just the big steady cam thimble, but handheld.
Yeah.
And also it still jiggles around a bit, but stays steady. So all the Margot Robbie, that mad Harley Quinn sequence in the middle, it's just a guy running around behind her, like with a camera. Like, and it makes it fluid.
Yeah.
Like we were talking about cuts in Shang-Chi, like there's not that much cutting in the...
Shang-Chi.
Well, I thought it was pronounced Shang-Chi.
It might be.
I don't know. I don't want to be culturally insensitive. One of us is right. Fair. I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, and it's just like, it's more fluid and less cutty.
Yeah.
And like, no, it's not a spoiler, but there's a lot of practical gore in this.
Yeah.
A lot of digital gore as well, but
yeah,
when it's practical, when it cuts to a dummy or whatever, it's just so... It's James Gunn. It's just gorgeous.
Yeah. Yeah. I think we just go into spoilers now, so we can really dive into this.
It's a good movie. It's very easy to follow.
Yep. It's perfect.
Because it's linear.
If you weren't on board with David Ayers' Suicide Squad...
Which you shouldn't be.
Which you shouldn't be.
There's no beam of light shooting into the sky and they have to stop the beam of light. Yeah.
This is just perfect. With a starfish as a villain.
Yep.
So, spoilers now. If you want to keep this to yourself and not hear about what happens in this movie, turn off now. Come back to us later.
If you want to know how we watched it and you're not an FBI agent, DM us. We can lend you the Warner Brothers DVD we got sent.
Yep. We'll clear that with our management first, but everything should be okay. All right, spoilers. Let's jump into it now. Everyone dies basically.
Everyone dies at the start. Yes.
There's so much,
and then everyone dies later on.
Yep. So
you only got.
Weeks ago, I called it.
You did?
I said Pete Davidson would be the first to die.
Correct. You were right.
Technically, I was wrong at the start because Weasel died first.
Oh, yeah.
He drowned.
Very close, though.
Until the very last scene of the movie, Weasel comes back to life.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I looked at Brooke and I went, I was fucking right. Pete dies first. And then laughed about Weasel fucking running away.
Sweet vindication.
Yep. So, the movie just opens up with a straight fucking death fest.
Yeah, it's just like storming a beach, and it just goes horrifically wrong.
Yep. So we have half of the squad that we see.
Yeah.
So we see Michael Rooker's Savant. You've got Jai Courtney's Captain Boomerang, Javelin, Margot Robbie's Harley Quinn.
Yeah, and Joel Kinnaman, whatever his name is.
Mongol, Rick Flag.
Yeah.
Doing this part here, which we see before this Amanda Waller's little station.
Yeah.
And everyone's sort of taking bets on who they reckon's going to fucking die.
When they cut to the office thing, like, it's just an office. Like, they have to scramble through papers and stuff to find stuff. And when they open the kill briefcase and stuff, it's just like it's like a briefcase that was used for something before, and then they just like it's just more realistic that way, and the way they talk, and that office stuff was really funny. And Viola Davis is just a fucking monster in this movie.
Yes.
Like, just women, children, it doesn't matter as long as the goal is achieved.
Yeah. So that's where a lot of people need to look at this movie and see who the real villain of this movie is. And it is Amanda Waller. And she's just an absolute... She's just Satan.
Yeah.
It wouldn't surprise me if she came out to be fucking the actual devil.
Yeah. And they had to do... Like, you can kind of call it because they don't tell you what any of the powers are when they're introducing that first team. It's just kind of like, here's here they are. They're all at this prison. You kind of get it here and there through exposition, but it's not like in the first one where it pauses and then a big flashy word and like it all
shows
comes
you
up.
Like
Thank God.
A backstory thing behind them.
But you just kind of assume what their powers are because you either see them use it or they just die before they get to use it, like Mongol and Black.
And Pete Davidson is Blackguard.
Yeah, before they even get to do anything, they just die.
Well, that's the... Pete Davidson's character, Blackguard, his whole thing is he's very easily manipulated.
Oh, okay, yeah.
That makes
sense.
Power. He's a mercenary who's very easily manipulated. To which he says, hey, I'm the one that contact you and saw these guys out. Yo, what's going on? And then just gets shot in the face.
Yeah. And turns out it was Viola Davis selling them out to distract them from... So, like, there's just so many moving parts in that bit.
Yeah. A lot of moving parts. And then just everyone goes. And to my surprise, when Captain Boomerang died, I was like, fucking what?
Yeah.
Thought he might have lasted a little bit longer than that.
Nope. It's definitely same universe too. Because Flag, Boomerang, and Harley Quinn, they all just know each other. They all recognize each other. It's never mentioned. They're never like, on our past job or whatever. Yeah. It's just like, oh, hey, Rick, what are you doing here?
Yeah.
Pretty much. And that's why it's same universe.
Yeah. That's what James Gunn's whole thing was. He was one that, enjoyed what David Ayer did with the first Suicide Squad. And he said he was never going to come out and contradict the first movie or retcon anything or make this seem like it's a complete replacement.
Yeah.
But just leave that in the background to be its own thing. He's like, this movie is its own movie.
Yeah.
It's just a thing.
It's just a respect thing as well.
Yeah.
Like, you just don't want to just shit on someone else's work.
Exactly right.
And, it largely wasn't David Ayer's fault, but, partially.
Sometimes it's just not. Sometimes it's partially there. But in the same sense, Warner Brothers came to James Gunn and said, all right, so you want to do the Suicide Squad? Whoever you want to kill him.
Just do it. They
literally did not care who he was to kill off.
Yeah.
I'm sure maybe Harley Quinn might have been one that they would have gone, hey, you just can't touch her.
She is a moneymaker.
Yeah.
But yeah, I really like the team that survives. I really like who they went with. I really like how they interact. Like acknowledging that two of them are just the same character and then the whole time it's just a pissing contest. Like,
Yeah.
You know, that's extremely funny.
Yeah.
And also compelling. It's just fun to watch. Like,
Yeah, it is.
The freedom fighter camp scene, which I just read, even James Gunn said was too far.
Yeah.
He was like, I should have done that. Like, it's too brutal.
But
it's
it
like
was fucking brilliant.
it's like a Family Guy punchline. Like,
it is.
They go through, they horrifically murder all these people to save Rick Flag. Turns out it's a freedom fighter camp, and it's like the resistance, like, and they just wipe them all out.
Yep.
Oh god, it's so disgusting, but so funny.
You saw a dong.
You did see dong.
You see a dong.
That was a big dong too.
It was a
That's
big
a pretty
freedom.
impressive dick.
That dong was for freedom.
Just on a very unassuming man.
Yeah.
Just like a normal looking bloke.
He was just walking out
big
to
old swinger.
smell the air and have a bit of coffee.
Just a big old swinger hanging off him.
Yep. But no, that whole scene is fucking brilliant because both John Cena and Idris Elba play their characters so perfectly.
Yeah.
Because they are the same, but they are different.
Both desperate to lead, both desperate to be the better hero, pretty much.
Yeah.
But yeah, Idris Elba, Bloodsport is essentially Will Smith. Deadshot? Deadeye.
Deadshot.
Yeah, he's trying to not look after. He's trying to look after his daughter, who doesn't like him. The daughter from the Invisible Man, by the way. It was nice to see her very briefly.
Oh fuck, it was, wasn't it?
Yeah, Storm something. Her name is Storm.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was nice to see her very, very briefly.
Yeah,
but
briefly enough.
But then he gets his daddy-daughter relationship sort of thing with Ratcatcher anyway.
Yeah.
I didn't recognize Taika Waititi for a bit.
Oh really?
Yeah. Till the end scene. Maybe I just wasn't paying attention.
Maybe you weren't. I was gonna say he's a very recognizable man.
Yeah.
Even when he talks.
Well, I didn't recognize him until
fair enough.
Pretty much the last time he's on screen.
Yep. Okay. Yep. Fair.
But yeah, they had their nice daddy-daughter thing, and they both survive. You can kind of predict that they both are going to survive because of that storyline going on. But yeah, it's just like a little seasoning of a story on top of the other story.
Yeah.
It's not getting in the way. It's not lent upon.
Yeah.
They're not relying on it to feel something.
No.
It's just there. It's just happening, and it's quite nice.
Well, with Ratcatcher 2's one, it's just like it's very brief flashbacks, and it's usually if she's having a dream or thinking about something, and it's just a brief, very brief explanation as to why she can control rats and who Ratcatcher 1 was.
Yeah, and then the Thinker says it later. He was just like, "Oh yeah, I built one of those for humans as well, but it didn't really work."
Yeah.
Just like a throwaway line. It's just like, this is her whole life, and the Thinker was just like, I just tried it one weekend.
Yeah, no, wasn't a go. Yeah, so you've got this long list of characters, and the ones that die very quickly, but then our lasting ones, King Shark is obviously...
That's when it feels more anything goes.
Yeah.
Like the first one, you're like, okay, most of them are going to die.
Yeah.
But as the story goes along, and none of them have died yet.
Yep.
But there's like more and more conflict within the team. You're just like, oh, like actually anyone could die here. Like I couldn't pick it. I didn't pick it.
No, I didn't pick it either.
Especially for one of them.
I'm glad King Shark made it to the end.
Yeah,
even though I thought his time was coming near the end.
Yeah.
But then it turns out he's literally just a fucking badass
just
shark.
Bulletproof.
Who can barely fucking die.
He has a nice little emotional story arc as well. Like he gets friends.
He's that MacGuffin character that's always in your big movies.
Yeah.
Guardians, it was Groot.
Yeah.
It was always the big thing. You have these dumb characters in all these movies, even like your Disney ones.
Yeah.
Moana, you have Hey the chicken.
Yeah.
All these little characters
even
that
back to like
shouldn't...
Mushu and stuff. Yeah.
Mushu. All these little characters that shouldn't mean anything to you are the ones that stand out to you the most. And King Shark is that character.
He has that beautiful moment in the aquarium. I was
Yeah.
smiling like an idiot at that moment. It's just so nice.
He just wants to... He doesn't know what friends are. He learns what friends are. Realizes that pretty much no one on the team is his friend. Except for maybe Ratcatcher by the end. Because she's like, I still love this guy. I don't care if he wants to try and eat me.
Yeah.
His aquarium scene is gorgeous and lovely. It's still weird knowing that it's Sylvester Stallone doing the voice.
Yeah. Again, he's just mates with James Gunn.
It's just mates.
It could have been Steve Agee,
yep.
but they're just like, we'll put him somewhere else, and then...
Well, it's the same. Peacemaker was originally supposed to be Batista.
Oh, okay.
Because
that would have been shit.
So yeah,
Sorry,
obviously
that would have been shit.
them being mates and from coming from Guardians,
Yeah.
Batista was like, "You need to put me in this movie." Well, he was going to put him as Peacemaker, but Batista had scheduling conflicts with another movie, couldn't do it.
Yeah.
For the greater good.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Don't think it would have worked out as well.
Yeah, and then this confirms that I guess Peacemaker is going to be a prequel series, I guess. Because
We've got the TV show.
And they set up his death super early as well. He's like, he's bragging to Bloodsport that, you know, my bullets are so big they would wrap around your bullets and they would extra kill you. And then, of course, Bloodsport's bullet goes right through his.
You're saying prequel as if you didn't watch an end credit scene.
I didn't watch the end credits scene. Is he still
alive?
alive?
Why do I know? Like,
Has he come back to life?
Okay, so we're going to jump to the end credits quickly right now. So right at the very end of this movie.
Once the movie's done, I'm fucking out. I don't
I know.
I'll watch the Spider-Man one.
That's why. Surprisingly, you'll probably still forget about it.
Probably.
Okay. Two of the office interns with Amanda's office team go to the hospital and they find that Peacemaker is still alive. They rescue him out of the rubble of the building.
Okay, right.
Have him all hooked up to fucking all the hospital shit. They say that he's still alive, and they're just like, dude's a mess. And she's like, oh, I heard he was a hero. And he's just like, he's fucking not. He's pretty much the opposite.
Yeah, he is a piece of shit.
And then the hospital worker's just like, so what do you guys want him for? And she just goes, to save the fucking world.
Yeah, nice.
And then that ends. So
he's fine.
The spin-off TV series could be for after this. Very well, could also be a prequel before it.
Could jump
you
around.
don't know what it's going to happen with it.
So we got Starro as well.
You got Starro the Conqueror. Zhao
looks fucking
villain.
Great. Looks fucking great.
Is amazing.
Looks so good.
Again, is just someone that didn't want to be in this position.
Yeah.
Is just a product of experimenting and testing.
Yeah.
In which we
he's a prisoner on Earth.
Yeah, the American government are the ones that took him here and sent him to this island to be tested upon for the last 30 years. To which he says, you know, when the first time that they meet and they're sort of walking through that underground tunnel and all the people that have the stars on their face are like, yo, have you come to save me from the man that's tortured me for 30 years?
Yeah.
And you're just like, no, this doesn't seem very threatening. And then once the ending comes around and they defeat Starro, and there's that one simulated person that just goes, I was happy floating.
Yeah.
Just looking at the stars.
So, yeah, it's actually quite sad. Like,
yeah.
Yeah. But it's also like a massive genocide pretty much because you can't take the stars off. You see it in the experiment and shit. Like, they did take one off.
Face.
Yeah, they did take one off and his whole face came with it.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're using him for like regeneration and mind control and stuff like that. Just looks so good. And when he's like shooting little stars out of his armpit, it looks disgusting.
Yeah, Brooke had a little...
It looks really scary.
Yeah, she had a little rither of that one. It was just like,
ugh. It's like, ugh. But yeah, he's like he's threatening in that he's just big, but he's not really doing much. He's just kind of crashing through buildings.
He's just been a starfish.
Because he can't fly or anything. Yeah, he's just a starfish. Like the threat is getting as many people mind controlled as possible.
Yeah.
And that's where Viola Davis's evil comes in. Because she's just like, just let him go. Doesn't matter. Like, this country's third world anyway. Who cares? Like, there's no ramifications. Honestly, taking out one of the US's political, whatever she says, competitors or whatever, is probably a good thing. And that's what turns them, like Bloodsport and everyone, to be like, we should probably stop him.
Yeah.
I like that. I just really like that. It's just a nice little layer.
Yeah, it's a nice little turnaround.
A nice little layer.
So then let's speak on the deaths that we didn't expect coming towards that scene there, but also the scene beforehand of the fight between Peacemaker and Rick Flag.
Oh yeah, that was tense.
That was
That was really tense.
That was really well shot originally.
Fucking brutal.
From Peacemaker's helmet going all the way across and then going into it. But Rick Flag dying, that was a big shock for me there.
Rick Flag does die.
It was an absolute gut-wrenching scene.
Yeah.
You know, it's full into it, and then just Peacemaker driving that piece of porcelain into his chest, and then there's that really cool effect of like Mortal Kombat X-ray style,
cuts his heart
pushing
open.
it into his heart. I'm just like, holy
see the
fuck.
blood like coming out. Oh, brutal.
Yeah. And that one line, peacemaker, what a joke. And then just died. And you're just like, fuck, that's pretty much it. But
so he gets the last little stab in with that line.
yeah.
But yeah, I didn't expect that at all, actually.
Nah.
Like, I did not see that coming. But he's so much better in this movie, Rick Flag, because he actually has a personality and like a reason to be there, pretty much. But yeah, so his death was quite affecting, I think. And it was just a cool scene leading up to it.
Yeah, that as well. It's a cool little fight scene. It starts to show the full turnaround of Peacemaker's character and really showing that he is...
just a bastard.
just a bastard, an actual American government pig.
Just a shill, yeah. Just a government
who is
shill.
all about America.
Yep.
You know.
He would do anything for liberty, even if it means killing kids.
Yep. Men, women, or children. I don't care how many people got to kill to get peace. Or how many dicks he has to eat.
Yeah, so the problem I have with this movie is Harley Quinn, I think. I don't like that character at all. Like, it's just like, I dumped the Joker. The Joker was a bad boyfriend. It's not funny. The shtick's not funny. But then she has that scene of getting out of that building, and it's stunning, and it's incredible. And Margot Robbie pretty much did 90% of the stunt work herself. Yes. So it's astonishing. And I'm like, fuck, I really love that scene, but it's the character I just don't care about at all.
Yeah. It's... It is crazy because Harley Quinn being, such a big character through the comic book history, video game history and all that, I feel like her come down just came from being thrown into the Suicide Squad movie.
Yeah.
And having that run with the Jared Leto Joker, it just sort of crumbled everything after that.
It just like any credibility it could have had. It's just like, ugh.
They went, oh, okay, let's give her own movie then.
Yeah.
I haven't even seen that yet.
It's fucking bad. Like, it's bad.
The only reason I want to watch is for Ewan McGregor.
Ewan McGregor, it's nice to see Ewan McGregor. That's it.
Yeah.
That's all I had to say about it.
Yep, fair.
But yeah, I just don't love her at all. Like, even when she's part of the team at the end. Like, she's not too in, like, she sort of gets the kill on Starro. She, like, jumps into his eye.
Yeah.
And does some damage. And that effect was cool when his eye was filling with blood. Bless you. That was fucking a disgusting effect.
Yeah, but really well done.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, the whole Harley Quinn thing is, I think the only way we'll get a really good Harley Quinn is by getting a really good Joker.
Yeah.
And having a good plot between
Margot Robbie is great. Together. She clearly gives a shit.
Yeah, she is.
Keep her.
She's ideally the perfect Harley Quinn.
Keep her.
Oh, they just got to give her the perfect story.
Yeah.
Which we're not at yet.
She needs the movie around her.
Yeah, but I reckon we'll get there.
But yeah, that scene with the president just went on a bit too long.
Yeah.
Just like, okay.
It did seem like a very long scene.
You could have just had a funny sex scene. You didn't need all that stuff before it. But whatever. The scene they're getting out of it scene is fine.
Yeah. So David Dastmalchian is the Polka Dot Man.
Yep.
Obviously a guy who's actually been in a lot of superhero stuff.
Yeah, he's been around.
Just randomly.
Yeah, he turns up.
In the background.
From like CW shows up to Ant-Man and the Wasp and biggest
It's just a guy that's always just around.
He's there.
This one he gets a bit more of a shining light.
Former heroin addict too, did you know that?
Oh really?
Recovered completely sober from heroin. It's crazy.
Fuck, there you
I
go.
saw him do a talk about it. It was very interesting.
Wow. Well, there you go.
So yeah, he's probably the most sympathetic character because he's just sad.
Yeah, so
you feel for him.
Yeah, his whole story was his mum was a scientist who experimented on him and all his brothers and sisters to turn them into superheroes.
So he never had like a nice sibling relationship or friendships or anything.
No, he got injected with this fucking terrible power that
just went wrong.
If he doesn't release these polka dots, they will eat him up inside.
Yeah,
physically.
Mm-hmm.
So we get a lot of the weird ass scenes where, what he sees is his mum everywhere.
Yeah,
and it is disgusting.
Yeah, that's very disturbing.
They picked the most
extremely
grotesque type of mother.
Yeah, just full Karen.
Yeah,
full Karen.
Yeah, and James Gunn just takes it that step further, like where he gets his untimely demise, and it replaces Starro with her.
Yeah.
Like tearing down a building. It is the weirdest thing ever.
So cursed.
And so many people, they'll be like, what the actual fuck is this right now? But he's go, that's brilliant.
It makes sense.
That fuels his story.
And all of that, like the scene at the bar where he has a drink and he opens up a little bit. It's just so nice. It's so heartwarming because he's finally... He's got this relationship
he's such a
now.
shelled character.
You never really get the impression that they like each other at all, ever. Like they never have that big moment or something, except in that bar scene.
Yeah.
They all kind of loosen up, and it's just really nice.
It's nice. Very
nice, and a not very nice movie.
Yeah, because after that all happens, he gets squashed.
He does. He just gets squashed.
Did not expect that.
Nope.
I thought he was going to be one of the surviving few.
Nope.
He gets completely squashed by Starro's fin. Would you think? Oh, maybe that's a little play on camera effect.
Nope.
Until after it all happens, and then they're sort of picking up his part of his jacket, and you're like, no,
he's gone.
He's really gone on this one, isn't he? But he's still great. I think everyone else character-wise, they've done their parts.
Kind of it.
It'll be fine.
Yeah.
Weasel, who is not in it for much, but Sean Gunn doing the mocap for that, as he likes to do, it's just one of those throw-in ones of James Gunn being like, I need something really fucked up.
Yeah, it's a super fucking weird design.
But it's super fucking brilliant. And like Brooke cracked up when they're in the jail scene. He's just licking the window. She's like, that's fucking perfect. And I'm like, it is perfect.
Yeah,
because it's
it
so
really
stupid.
Is.
It's the whole midway licking and stops and stares. And you're like, the fuck? But it's that whole ending when... Because obviously we see initially he can't swim. He drowns at the beach. He dies. He's just left on the waterbed. Yeah. On the beach, dead. And then the end of the movie, it goes back to him at the beach, coughs up the water, comes back alive. And you're just like, what the fuck?
But all the people to survive.
But it's the run that he does. Like his little like
wobble,
saunter is just weird, and he's like, I lost my shit. Because I'm a simpleton, and I love that shit.
The bit that got me the most, the biggest laugh, was the detachable kid, Nathan Fillion.
Yeah.
Like, he finally has his big moment. You see his power, his arms come off.
Yeah.
But they still just walk at normal human pace. Like, so they don't go, boom, and there's not a big rocket effect. They just literally, like, as if someone is still there attached to them, just, like, you said, saunter along.
Yeah.
Fuck me, that killed me. That's so fucking funny. Because it's the shittest power.
I know, and then it's like when everything's like happening, like they're all like shooting his arms, and he's just sort of like writhing around in pain. And his arms are getting shot to fucking bits, and you're just like, what the actual fuck? God.
That fucking killed me. Just the pace with which they walked just hit me in the perfect spot.
Well, it's because they're they're perfectly straight, and they're doing just like a slight like
an Addams Family.
Yeah.
Fuck me, that's funny.
Yeah, it's funny. It's
a very funny movie.
It's such a funny movie. So the future of this series is this movie. So obviously we're getting the Peacemaker TV series coming out January next year.
Yep.
Very close, and obviously that will come out on schedule because it'll be HBO Maxed. Which, I mean, we haven't seen anything for it yet, but I'm sure it's going to be something cool.
I know I said I didn't want more, but I'm definitely going to watch that.
Yeah, 100%. So James has already come out to say that he does have other ideas for TV spin-offs and possibly a sequel to this.
Okay.
That would go in a different direction, not just from assembling a new Suicide Squad team.
Yeah.
So there is a future possibly for this.
Yeah.
Which I think if James Gunn is at the helm for it, it will be fine.
Yeah, as long as you keep him.
Yeah. If he stays on, it will be fine, and I'll happily take another one.
Yeah.
Warner Brothers also said that they do have more plans for more projects with Gunn.
Okay.
So
he's done enough. He's only got 2 MCU movies left, so.
Yep. So he's done enough to gain Warner Brothers' undying attention and want more.
Yep.
So hey, more Gunn, the better.
Yeah, I'm about it.
He needs some big stuff because it's all he does, and he fucking kills it. Yeah, that's the Suicide Squad, isn't it?
Suicide Squad. It's a good movie.
It's a fucking great movie. It makes me want to forget everything about that first one.
Yeah, and very tasteful. I was very glad they didn't just shit on the last one, or even make any jokes about it.
No throwbacks,
tasteful,
no words to it. Not even a subtle stab at it.
Class move from James Gunn.
That's James Gunn being a smart person.
More of that in Hollywood, please. More niceness.
More of that. All right, let's jump into some questions now. Let's end off the app and get it fucking sorted. So, guys, questions up on the Instagram every week before we record. Get them out. Whatever you want to ask, we don't give a shit. So we'll start with Jess on this one. Pass the parcel or musical chairs?
Pass the parcel because you get to sit down.
It's got to be pass the parcel.
But they're always shit, aren't they? They're just
Well,
like recycled
yeah.
Happy Meal toys or something.
Yeah, you kind of
like,
want it to be
fuck
like
off.
the rich family or something.
Yeah.
Or the family that like would go out all out for their kids' party.
Yeah.
So the pasta parcel would usually have like
Like a
something really
Digimon or
cool.
some shit in it, yeah.
Oh, fuck. I don't know which ones
Musical
you're
chairs,
going
I'd
to,
just hurt myself, wouldn't I? I'd do it back.
It just gets very physical, doesn't it?
Yeah. It's
When it gets close to the end. Like, musical chairs is fun. No, don't get me wrong.
yeah.
It's tense when it comes to the end. But you just feel like there's some people just like to cheat.
Yeah.
And you always feel like, if you're doing it at school, the teacher's biased.
Yeah. Oh, of course.
She knows who she wants the winner to be. And you know that music will stop whoever's closest to putting their ass down first.
Yeah.
It's planned out. I know
Absolutely.
teachers, I'm fucking on to you.
We're on here.
But Pass the Parcel is just, it's a great time. Because you got that moment where you grab it and you sort of go for the, I'm just going to hold it a little bit longer.
There's always
and
that little
pass
cunt.
it on.
You were that cunt, weren't you?
No, it wasn't. No, maybe once or twice. Jacqueline, what's a movie you've been really hyped to see, but then was super disappointed with?
Oh, most of them. I hate movies. No, the big one is Tenet.
Tenet was the big one for you,
Tenet, because I watched Inception before it, and I was just like, Nolan's back, baby. He's going to do it again, and I'm going to really love it. And then it was one of the biggest steamy piles of shit I've ever seen in my fucking life. I almost watched it again on Netflix with subtitles. I was like, maybe I'm too hard on this.
Yeah, maybe if I hear
And then I literally saw the thumbnail, and like my blood started boiling. I was like, oh, fuck this.
Yeah, I don't know if I can put myself through it.
And
again.
even as a kid who loved everything, I couldn't defend Spider-Man 3. And even one of those, you just like everything when you're a kid.
Yeah.
But even I walked it out of that just going, ooh.
Maybe not on this one.
Yeah. Those are my two main ones.
Yeah, Slender Man was one for me.
Yeah.
Obviously, it was very hard for that. I was expecting a really good horror movie off a really good real story in that. And then, obviously, look what happened with that. You cut out an hour and a half of that movie.
Sony got their little fingers in the pie.
No one got their fingers. They all did not give a shit. No, every studio attached to that went, no, we don't give a shit. Just fucking do something. But don't include anything about the real life story, all right? Made it a 45 fuckfest, basically. I can't think of any other ones. I mean, you were getting me excited for Tenet when it was coming out. And then ultimately I was also very, very fucking confused on what I was watching. And I feel like if I try to go back and watch it again, I'd still be like, I still don't get this.
Yeah. And just knowing it goes for 3 hours as well. Just, God.
Fuck. Oh my God. No thanks. Yeah, we don't want that. Brooke, funniest moment in the movie for you being the Suicide Squad?
Yeah, the detachable kid's arms slowly walking. Even just thinking about it makes me giggle.
Every King Shark moment.
Yeah.
But then also that Freedom Fighter camp scene. It's just that whole sequence
horrible.
is just ridiculous.
So fucking funny.
Yeah. Every moment of that is just fucking stupid. Are you proud of my future hubby Pete Davidson for being in the movie for 5 minutes?
Well, she should be proud of her actual future hubby for predicting it. You called it.
I fucking called it. And her face, when his face was blown off, was bliss to see. I think it's a good step for Pete Davidson though. As just a person, you got
I
to be in
suppose. Yeah.
a DC movie as a character.
Another one to chuck
for
on
X
the
time.
chuck on the list.
Yeah, fuck it.
Chuck
Why
on the
not?
resume.
Why not? He's not someone who would last in a movie like this for
No.
any extended period of time.
He's not particularly athletic, is he?
No, not athletic.
He's
not
built like me.
He's not for everyone as
No.
well.
No, not at all.
He is an acquired taste. King Shark favorite moment.
Yeah, the aquarium. It's so nice.
Yeah,
It's just so nice.
the aquarium's nice. His fake mustache scene
That is very funny.
is really funny because it's just the out of anger. Fuck.
Yeah.
When he realizes it fucking sucks. Him sitting in the van when they're all inside the bar having a lovely time. He's just sort of like bopping along to the bass that he can hear outside. He's just like, yeah, okay.
Such a sweetheart.
He's a sweetheart. Are you happy the Suicide Squad got a redo?
Yeah.
Very
Because
much
it's
so.
good, yeah.
Because it's actually a good movie.
Yep.
Yes, there's no backlash on this one. And before you give it to me after you watch this episode, yes, I did like that first Suicide Squad when I first watched it. And like many things, once I read a bit more about it, and watch it again, I realised how bad it is.
I didn't like it. No one will be surprised.
No one knows.
But I fucking hated that movie.
Exactly right. Who would you like to be in the DC world?
Who would I like to be? Like me personally, or
I think you personally. Who would you like to be? In the DC world?
Batman, so I could be rich. How nice would that be?
Wouldn't care about not having parents.
I don't give a fuck.
Yep.
I want to be rich. No, I'm kidding. It'd be nice to be Superman because you can just do what you like and there's no fucking risk at all, is there?
Yeah. I'd like to be Deathstroke.
Okay.
Just because
shoot real good.
The man, Manu Bennett, shout out the man.
He does good shoots.
He does good shoot. He does good sword. Bane would be cool as well.
Yeah.
Like original Bane, like Mexican luchador Bane.
Yeah. You're kind of just a scrub if you're him. He does like that version of Bane is just a right hand man. Whereas Nolan Bane, he's actually like a big villain. Scary man.
You know, I always forget that it's Tom Hardy.
Yeah.
As that Bane.
Yeah.
Because it just doesn't look anything like him.
Nope.
And I always forget. I'm like, he was Bane.
Yeah.
That's fucked up.
Yeah.
But he was great.
What a bad movie.
It's
What a bad movie. Go back to our Dark Knight Rises episode.
Yep. All right, AJ. Tarantino, fella that got way deep into cinema and foot fetishes, or genius?
Oh, genius. There's no question he's a genius.
He's a genius.
There's no question he's the best filmmaker, like one of the best filmmakers of all time.
Yeah. He's a
No
genius
question
who was
at all.
able to bring into foot fetishes into modern day cinema.
Yeah, pretty much. That's genius in and of itself. He was just like, he just embraced his fetish and put it in all his movies.
Now you all have to enjoy it.
Yeah, and the last one it was taking the piss. It was taking the absolute piss in the last one. Which I think is a bad movie, but I think it's his only bad movie.
Yeah.
Which
it's not a great movie.
1 out of 9 ain't bad.
I liked the last 10 minutes of that movie and that's about it. The rest of it was a bit hard to get through.
I like some of Brad Pitt's lines.
Yeah.
That's
I like the meme of how am I forgetting his name already?
Leonardo DiCaprio.
Leo.
How?
I don't know.
The biggest movie
I
star.
know. I feel so bad. I watched The Wolf of Wall Street like 32 times.
Good Lord.
His whole meme of the whole...
Yeah.
when everyone's like that. Yeah, I fucking love that meme. All right. Alyssa's now. Which teeth do you brush first?
Front. I go front then left. So I start at front and then I go that way.
Yeah, so generally
She just wants us to do this on camera. I guarantee.
Yeah.
I guarantee she's going to send me a video of us doing this the second it goes up.
Yeah, so basically I go front left tooth and then bring it to the left and then I go around.
Start smack banging them. I got weird teeth, so I just start smack banging them.
Yeah, once it's a circular, then it's just like random.
Yeah.
Absolute randomness wherever it goes from there.
Foam
at the mouth, it gets caught in my beard.
Alyssa always wants me to think about stuff like this, like
yeah,
when like all these basic motor skills. She wants to know how I do them. I'm just like, I don't know.
So
I just do them.
Much like this question, if you could choose your cum flavor, what would it be?
It doesn't affect me. I don't know.
Well, it might. If it's something you might like, maybe you'll start loving it yourself.
Yeah, maybe. I guess
it doesn't have to go straight into the fucking tissue paper.
Yeah,
or straight down the shower.
I don't know what I guess Pepsi Max. I drink a lot of Pepsi Max.
Yeah, I know.
I wouldn't be surprised if it already tastes like that. Like I drink so much Pepsi Max.
Probably.
Yeah, I guess I wouldn't have to buy Pepsi Max anymore, would I?
I just reckon a nice pineapple would be nice, eh?
Yeah.
Nice little pineapple in it. And, you know, everyone always says, you know,
yeah. I said fruit and swooty. Sweet and fruity.
Shit. No, I mean, it's the whole, you know, everyone says, oh, you eat pineapple, you're supposed to have sweet cum.
Yeah, I guess.
Well, if it just tastes like pineapple, I'd be
next
okay
time
with
I'm in the position of someone putting it in their mouth, I'll ask them what they'd like. And I'll come back to you.
Yeah. All right. Keep an eye for that one. We'll
it doesn't affect me.
Bonus episode of Jack's cum flavor.
Bonus boner episode.
Yeah. Would you rather lick each other's feet or be handcuffed
anything
for 48
else? I don't need to hear the rest. Anything else on earth.
All right. So we're going to be handcuffed for 48 hours.
Yeah. Fine.
I'd be fine with that.
Yeah. Good.
Yeah. I mean, they nearly do the same things anyway.
It's fun. Like, the meme of me is that I'm scared of everything, and there's a reason for that. It's because I'm scared of everything. I didn't know I would have like a panic attack being put into handcuffs, but we did an escape room, and like part of the thing is they handcuff you to take you in.
Yeah.
As soon as she put them on, like my whole world started spinning, and like I could hear the ocean in my ears. I was just like, oh, I'm about to have a fucking panic attack. because she put these stupid fake plastic handcuffs on.
The ones you could very easily just go.
I'm the most vanilla motherfucker in the world because, like, you try and bind me once, I just freak out.
Oh, boy. Boy, oh, boy.
So I ain't fucking you, buddy.
Yep.
But yeah.
All right.
I still don't want to lick feet ever. I'm not a foot person at all.
Fair.
How weird that we had 2 foot questions from 2 different people. That's crazy.
It's crazy people out there. Donuts versus cupcakes.
Donuts. Donuts are my favorite. If someone says, what's your favorite food? I just say donuts, just as a blanket term.
No, that's fair.
Hot, fresh cinnamon donuts is my actual answer.
Fucking grouse.
But I just say donuts. I don't hate cupcakes. I don't hate a
cupcakes
cupcake.
are great, but
I don't love cake in general, but fuck me, a donut. Any donut, fuck me.
Donuts are fucking king.
I fucking love a donut.
Yeah. Well, there's just so many iterations of a donut that are just perfect.
Yeah, you do so much with them.
Yeah.
You do so much with them.
When you say do so much with them, yeah, what are we getting into?
In preparation, like
in preparation, what
filling
kind of
them up with
preparation?
fucking Nutella or I'm not putting my dick in a donut.
Hey. I didn't say it. Y'all were thinking it, but he said it, not me. The donuts, even little donut balls.
Oh, I fucking love them. I just love them. So good. Shout out donuts.
Shout out to the donuts.
Can a donut something sponsor us?
Yeah. I don't know what donut places are around. Like Krispy Kreme, they don't do advertising anymore.
Fantasy donuts, man.
Yeah,
Sure.
Fantasy, hit us up.
Anyway.
I know you're dodgy as it is, but hey, I don't have to get into that. All right, that's all the questions done.
Hell yeah.
That's the main show done.
Hell yeah.
That's an episode done. Thank you all for listening to our review of the Suicide Squad, sticking around for the questions and all that. Hope you guys enjoy. As always, if you watch us on YouTube, please hit subscribe, like the video. It really helps us out a lot. Share it if you can as well. If you're listening to us, Spotify, iTunes, wherever you listen to your podcast, like it there. Take a screenie, put it on the Instagram. Always reshout you out. If you want any merch, you like that podcast.store. Pick yourself up some nice little goodies from us. And if you have any questions you ever want to ask, as always, before we record, we put that up on the Instagram as well.
You don't have to wait for the posts. Just if you think of something funny, just message us and we'll tuck it in.
If you want to DM us any recommendations, any movies that you've seen that you think we might like that we haven't seen, let us know.
Especially in this era.
Yep, we're always happy to check some more stuff out. So make sure you follow us on all our socials there. Link in all our descriptions to our link tree, which will take you everywhere that we're available, including Twitch, where I usually live stream some Apex modes, and we do some little live streams when we feel like it's worth doing a live stream episode of.
Yep.
So, with all that, guys, thank you very much for listening to the You Like That podcast. You've been joined with me. My name is Adam, and I'm one half of the You Like That podcast.
My name's Jack. I'm the other half of the You Like That podcast.
And we'll see you guys next week on the extra episode for Batman
Yes,
Forever.
we will.
So stick around for that one, guys.
Can't wait for that.
We'll see you all then.